I want to just give you a few little heads up. I know Jess is communicating in her page, and we'll do the same on like what to wear and what to bring. But the main thing is that you're there to learn, you're there to grow. You definitely want to be dressed for success. Like, honest to God, some of my favorite conversations from an event is like trapped in the bathroom with like Ann White and Kathy Coover. And you're just like, oh my gosh, like there's so much gold happening here. I forgot I even came into the bathroom, you know, to go to the bathroom. But you want to feel confident. You know, you're going to run into people, and you want to be there to learn and hear what other people are doing and how they're going to, you know, run with Hair Revival and how they're going to run with Celletoi. But the one thing we want to make sure all of you know, we always put a 1 in the chat if you're actually coming to Phoenix, is our team dinner is on Saturday night, and it's at Fez. Both Jess and I have hosted there before, and it's $30 per person. That includes tax, gratuity, all the things. Jess and I kind of have it covered in one big bill, and then you guys are just sending money, you know, the Venmo or PayPal. It's a cash bar, so everyone can just give a card or order, you know, drinks at the bar. We're not in charge of alcohol. And the times past, we've like included a drink ticket. Well, then there's a problem for people that don't drink and they're paying more and blah, blah, blah. If you don't want to drink, great. If you do, great. Figure that out in yourself. But we hope to see you there. We're going to have the patio. We have a really nice space for everybody, just a little bit warmer. I will just tell you, from 2 years ago in 2020, 60 degrees feels nice compared to the 20 degrees in Colorado right now, but we are outside. They do have heat lamps, so just dress accordingly, but it'll be fun. We get to celebrate you all. And so many of us that have only ever seen each other on Zoom get to be together. The other thing I really wanted to cover, are you guys, is anybody like a little bit overwhelmed with the promotions? Like, what is happening right now? Which one and which one am I talking about? I mean, I even caught myself a couple times texting me, and I was like, I don't even know if that's right. Like, I have to double check. So there was a promotion that was for existing customers that ended last night, right? Which was the 10% off and 175. So that was for new or for current customers. And it started on Boxing Day, December 26th, and it ended last night. Not to be confused with the free shipping, which is coming back for everybody. I mean, that's always with new customers, but for current customers, the 6th through the 9th, which is to celebrate the launch of Celletoi. So if your current customers that were like, oh my gosh, I missed it. Okay, well, it's coming back this weekend because we're going to have an explosive launch with this reveal of the skincare line. In addition to that, what started also on December 26th, but is going until January 23rd. You guys, it's the entire January commission month, is the 10% off for new customers. Remember, all new customers, no matter if they order one product or they order a gazillion builders pack, right? They always get free shipping, but there's an additional 10% off if they meet the $175 minimum requirement. That is running the entire month. In addition to that, we have the U-Share bonus. You guys, last year, this U-Share bonus was one of the best promotions they've ever run. We have graphics for that. We're going to get some new ones specific to Celletoi for you guys to use. But simply put, if you enroll 3 people, right, in the January commission month, you get $100. If you get 2 more, so a total of 5, you get an additional $100, right? So if you enroll 3 people, you get $100. If you enroll 5, just 2 more, you get an extra $100. So who's going for $200 with 5 enrollments? If you guys have already hit that, I want you to put an exclamation point in the chat, because I know Holly Kirsten and White, I just read their names off there, right? If you've already done it, put an exclamation point in the chat. If you are going for it, you're going to have 5 enrollments, you're on your way, and you're committed to doing this, put a 2 in the chat, okay? You have $200. That's in addition to your cycles, your PIBs, your double PIBs. Like, come on, why would you not onboard 5 new customers? I mean, with all the things we have, one with Isobody, one with Celletoi, one with adaptogens, one with collagen. Like, don't overcomplicate this. There's people out there, and we have the solution. So absolutely go for that. But here's the thing that's really, really special, is that you guys know about that. You're business builders. You're getting leaders in the loop. You're plugged into amazing leadership, where this creates a domino effect in your team, and where this brings in incredible enrollments is to show your new customers about this. So a typical new customer, right? I enroll Suze, and she's like, all right, I'm ready. I'm coming in with the Celletoi. And I tell her she can get 2 friends to try it with her, and her products are free, right? The PIBs and the consultant bonus, she normally gets $200 back. Now, if she were to tell a couple of friends and one more, she gets an additional $100. Like, that's a lot of money on the table, right? I mean, for a third referral instead of two, you give that person $100 promotion, right? Instead of just 200, they get $300 back. And so this promotion is not only for all of us. Yes, of course, we're business builders, but it's really to leverage your new customers and to get them sharing right away. Because that extra $100 is enough to get them to post on social media, to do a Celletoi reveal party, right? To reach out to a few new friends. So you've got to be really focused and committed to teaching your new customers how to share and make sure they are all grabbing the use share bonus. Does that make sense? Okay, so in no specific order, I told you this was like on the fly. I teach at the Nutrition Therapy Institute on Monday nights right before this call. So when I tell you, like, Scott was like, I love you guys, I'm so sorry. And I was like, don't worry about it, we got it. And then wanting to make sure I gave you content and like not totally bail on my nutrition class, I'm going to share two different slideshows with you guys. One, which I did for it's going to be confusing. So I'm just going to pull it up. I'm going to show you because you got to roll with me here for a little bit. Can you guys saw Erica Rothenberger do something similar with this, with the collagen. Can you guys see the slides? Will you give me like a thumbs up? Thanks, Jenny. I was like looking for someone to see this. So this was a presentation. I realize I'm talking about Celletoi and this is collagen that I did for Mexico on how we can really leverage a new product. And so I want you guys to take the content here, but insert Celletoi, insert the hair revival, like new product and the things we're going to be talking about. So one of them is we want to be doing stories, right? The stories create incredible curiosity right now. Social Studio, if you guys subscribe to that, Jess and I have been, and Ann and Holly, you know, we've been providing you guys with really, really good videos and graphics. Start posting it, right? Start letting people watch it, dripping in there about the quality of the product, that it's Bunny Leap certified, you know, that it's vegan, that it's a 4-step process, you know, grabbing some of the things of the influencers and the people that are using the products, like Emily Vavra, Jessica Rigner, you know, grab some of them and put them in your stories so people are watching you. Is one of the best ways that you're getting visibility, whether you're on TikTok and you're doing videos, it's reels, it's your stories, it's posts. We know that people are watching it and we want you to be exposing your current customers and new customers to what we have. It's the excitement, it's the buzz, it's something new, it's sexy. Like Jess says, we're taking something that is absolutely revolutionary and we're making it accessible to the masses at an affordable price point, okay? Then you want to be able to educate people on why this product is so amazing, okay? So again, I realize this says collagen, but insert Celletoi, okay? People have been looking at themselves at Zoom, for 2 years. They absolutely care about how they look. People want to have things that are natural. People care about that it's not animal cruelty. You know, there's so many different things. And when you really do some of the research about why we are so unique, that it has no algae in it and hyaluronic acid and it's Korean skincare line. If you start surveying people about what's important to them and to just grab 3 or 4 fast facts about what makes us dynamic, you're going to see what people spend. You're going to see the investment that people put on eye creams, on lotions, on moisturizers, on cleansers, and that we have something that's so unique. If you guys have not already done this, I cannot encourage you enough to make a list. Make a list of terminated customers, make a list of current customers, make a list of everybody who's watching those stories, make a list of people in the industry. So I'm going to be totally transparent. I'm not going to say who she is because I resonate with this 100%. But she messaged me last week and she was like, dude, I'm just not really excited about Celletoi. Like, how am I going to do this? And I said, I felt the exact same way about collagen last year. I've always been into nutrition. I was into health and wellness. And I was like, what? Like, I don't know anything about the beauty wellness. And I was almost like a little bit intimidated by it. And I remember talking to Jessica and watching the call that Kelly Dickerhoof and Emily Vavra and Kathy Savage did, much like the one last night. And all of a sudden it clicked. And I was like, oh my gosh, you can max out this compensation plan with one product. It was so simple. There was no coaching, right? It tastes amazing. It was life-changing without changing your lifestyle. And that's where we saw people like Brandy Burkell and Nikki Rampell, or Brandy Brokaw and Nikki Rampell, like crush this with one product. And so I said to her very similar about the Celletoi. And I said, you are looking for people who are excited about this. You want to find the people that could have cared less about shakes and cleanse, but care about their skin, care about wrinkles, care about moisturizing, and they know other people that care about that. I said, if your commitment is to financial freedom for your family and your commitment is to Isogenics that innovated and knows the market trends, I said, then we're on a hunt. And so we have a job right now to educate our current customers. We have a responsibility to excite them about this, to teach them what is so revolutionary, to be able to re-engage past customers. You guys, I had some of my past executives from 2013 come back in 2021 with collagen and crush it. They enrolled hundreds of people in the first quarter with one product, and we're about to do that again with Celletoi. And so I'm encouraging you guys right now, and if you've already done this, put a 1 in the chat. And if you haven't and you're already thinking of people right now, have a list. It can be a notebook, piece of paper, and pen. It can be on your phone. But when you put those stories up and people like it and people are watching it, add them to your list, right? When you're driving around town and you see spas, or you start to think of your friends that are hairdressers, that are makeup artists, that are cosmetology, that work at Nordstrom, that work at Ulta, that work at Sephora, like who is already passionate about this, that wants to significantly change the trajectory of their life, that wants to significantly change their family's financial future, and you've experienced it with collagen, and we can gift this forward, put them on your list, okay? Now, what you started seeing us do, I know a lot of us wanted to wait till the December commission month ended or whatnot to really get into this, but you want to create FOMO, right? I mean, one of the things that we saw that was so successful is to survey your audience, ask questions in your stories. Do you have a current skincare regimen? I mean, one of my favorite lines that I learned from Nikki, I hope you're on this call, when she asked people if they took collagen was, are you married to it? Someone asked me today, they go, so someone responded to my story and they said they don't have a skincare line. What do I say next? I said, are you married to it? Are you open to trying something new? Are you open to checking out something that's revolutionary, that is 100% money back guaranteed? You know, like you're going to be the first one to try it. People are excited about that. There's before and after pictures, excuse me. There's before and after pictures in the Isogenics business, right? In the toolkit, like we're giving you the information and start to show people that, look at these before and after pictures. This product launches in 3 days. I want you to be able to try it first, you know, be able to get those pre-orders. Just type in the chat if you remember how many people you enrolled last year when we launched the collagen. I mean, I remember thinking it wasn't going to go live until Friday, and we got word that it was live in the back office on Thursday. And we both had pages of people's information that had given us their email, given us their credit card. They were ready to go. Now, I know we all love to just be able to text a link, but to be able to get those orders in right away and know that, like, as soon as this launches, you've got triple pibs, you're going to have quadruple pibs because these people are ready to go. I mean, create the excitement. As soon as you get your product, you guys can order it all this week if you don't already have it. Have a Celletoi reveal party, right? Invite people over and say, I want you to come over. I want you to see it. I want you to feel the cashmere cream on your fingers. I want you to be able to smell it. I mean, that's important. People want to be able to do it. And you can have a cute little display, make some champagne or have some chocolate covered strawberries. I mean, Anne and Holly are pros at being able to make a really pretty presentation, but allow people to see it. Invite people over. Invite them to have their friends over and get them super excited. I love to incentivize people to come with 2 friends. You know what happens when someone comes with 2 friends? It's an immediate consultant. So I'm messaging my neighbors and people literally right now saying, I'm having a Celletoi reveal party the 2nd week of January. Everybody who comes that brings 2 people is entered to win a $200 Nordstrom gift card. Can you come, and who are you bringing with you? Like, that's the message I'm sending out. People that weren't going to invite 2 people, guess what they want? $200 to Nordstrom, right? They're going to bring people for you, and you're going to make that money back because if these people enroll and they enroll, your cycles go up, you get the consultant development bonus. I mean, there's so much that comes when you invest into your team, but I want you guys to start planning that, okay? And then look at some of the pictures. This was the collagen, but you can do it with the Celletoi when you guys all get your products. Using other people's testimonials. And the last thing on this before I switch to the other slides is we did this with the collagen and we're going to do it again. Okay. There was so much excitement in our pages in letting people try it first and getting other people to add people and having other people add people to the pages. And so we gave away these amazing, amazing little cute skincare fridges and the quartz rollers and Starbucks gift cards and products by having people add people to the pages. we're going to do it again. You're going to see us in our VIP pages post, hey, everybody who orders this weekend, screenshot it here. You are entered to win XYZ, right? It creates the urgency. It creates people to go, oh my gosh, Ann just bought, Kathy just bought, Emily just bought. Okay, I'm totally going to buy it. I don't want to be left out. But these work when you work them. So if, Jess puts a great post up, you guys have got to comment, you've got to like it, you've got to tag your people and get everybody going for the contest, right? When I throw up a great post in our page, if it gets crickets, people are less excited about it. So just because you're a business builder, and like, oh, I already ordered, or I'm probably not eligible for the contest, you've got to participate and tag your people and then get them to tag their people. And that's where that momentum and that excitement really starts to go. So I want to stop that screen share for just a second and just let you guys really think about your game plan for a minute, right? I mean, Isagenix has done their part, right? I mean, as long as I've been with this company, they've continued to come out with new things. But honestly, in the last 12 months and what's going to happen in the next 18 months, this company listened to the field and said, we're not just giving you a new flavor, right? We're not just giving you a plant-based. We are giving you something special, something unique, something like no one else on the market has. And when you can get behind that, people are going to be so drawn to you. But you have to be really disciplined. And here's what I will tell you. If you're not talking about Celletoi to your customers right now, somebody else is. People will not even know it's Isagenix, right? You have a terminated customer right now. And if you're not talking about Celletoi, they're going to see Jessica's stories. They're going to see Karen's stories. They're going to see Janelle's stories, right? And like, oh my gosh, I need that. And you'll go back to them and you're like, oh my gosh. And like, oh, that was Isagenix. I didn't even know. I just bought it from so-and-so. I want you guys to be so bold. Getting out of your comfort zone takes courage, right? But there's so much benefit on the other side. I mean, I have a friend right now, one of my best friend's husband, who just purchased 3 of those solar salons in Florida, right? They're highly successful. Like, they've never really looked at network marketing. And I thought to myself today, if I don't reach out to them and tell them he owns 3 salons, right? That's like 70 stylists are working in his 3 buildings, that we have Hair Revival, that we have Collagen, and we have Celletoi. I will kick myself forever when some builder in Florida gets him to bring it on, right? And those are some of my closest friends. You have got to be excited, and you've got to be able to tell people what makes this so different from a product standpoint and then from an income standpoint. Jess, before I go into the 30-day game plan or anything, did you have anything you wanted to add just on how you guys launched Collagen and what you want to do to really get Celletoi going?
I think you covered some really great things. I think that it's just really getting people excited, current customers and existing customers, and thinking about who do you know that loves trying the latest cutting edge things. Everyone's looking for it. I see so many posts, people going, what skincare do you use? I need an eye cream. Who has a good under eye cream? That's one of the biggest things that I see people asking me for suggestions on. So even if you're just showing some of these before and after pictures right now, it's a big deal.
Totally agree with that, you guys. And I'm gonna go to the other one here. Just one second. So we're switching gears, and we can have a little bit of time kind of for Q&A stuff here at the end. I told you I have all these slides happening. So one of the things that we really wanted to spend some time chatting about tonight is, like, next week is Grow Week. You guys, so much has happened over the last couple of years. We've been doing everything virtually. It's like, what is Grow Week, right? Like, I have a thread for some of our builders of like our push dreamers, of people that are really going for it, the fast track. And they're like, what does this even mean? You know? And I know some of us have been around for 6, 7, 8 years and are really familiar, but some of you are brand new, and Isagenix is running with us, okay? So coming out of NYKO, the week of the 10th, when we say Grow Week, that's a week that we want to lock arms, right? That's a week that we all blitz together, right? That we know we have all these new products coming out. People are going to be 10 feet tall and bulletproof, and they're going to be excited from the event. And so the way that, like, Emily rank advances is she's got to rank advance her team, right? Anne rank advances by rank advancing her team. Kathy rank advances by rank advancing her team. And we 10X everything. And so my very first event, you've heard Jess and I talk about this, when she went to NYKO, this was in 2014. And they gave us 90-day action plan, right? And you filled out your goals and your why and the things you weren't going to do and the things you were going to do. And over the last 7 and 8 years, we've seen them break it into like 30-day sprints because people give up on themselves 12 weeks into it. It's like someone who has to lose 50 pounds, right? They go, Lauren, I need you to help me lose 50 pounds in 30 days. Okay, well, that's obviously not happening, right? But if we can break that apart and say, how about we lose 15 in the first month? And then we hit that milestone, we hit 15 the second month, right? And then the third month, we get closer to that 50 pounds and you break it down. We've often done that with the business. And so if we're saying, okay, here we go, we're coming in 2022 and I'm coming out hot at the end of March, right? That gets really intimidating. And so we're going to say, okay, what can we do over the next few weeks? Where do you want to be at the end of January? You know, then it's like, where do you want to be at the end of February? But quarter 1 is the highest sales in our company. We have debunked that myth, right? That quarter 4, we were taking our foot off the gas, but it's here. Quarter 1 is here. And so it's time to make sure that you have a game plan, that you have your why, that you've got your IPAs down, that you've got your time blocking down, to really then run with the runners and get to the point and be like, oh my gosh, like this happened, instead of looking back and like I missed the wave, right? Like hair revival is coming. The Celletoi is here. Collagen is here. The weight loss, the Isobody challenge that the company is going to lead for us, right? Like it's all here. And so I want to just give you some things to really structure what quarter 1 can look for you. So if you guys have never downloaded it, it's still available. I updated the link. Google Isagenix 90-day game plan or 90-day action plan. It's a PDF. You can download it. You can print it. If you are one of those people that likes pen to paper and you like to fill that stuff out, I'm going to go through some of it with you. But if you want that actual notebook and that's helpful for you, do it. Send it to Office Max, print it for like $10 and spend some time. My first 90-day game plan, oh my gosh, there's so much garbage on it, but it changed my life, right? Like I like looking back, there's like formulas on there. We were trying to figure out the pools, but it changed my life because it was like gold to me. It had my list, it had the compensation plan in it, it had scripts, so many things when I was brand new. And this is one of the tools that Kathy has given us, right? Like Kathy Coover has given this to us because she's been in the field, that I encourage you guys to download it, to print it out, send it to your new builders so that they stay plugged in. One of the things you always hear us talk about is that this business is not about getting lucky, right? It's a skills-based business. And part of improving those skills is that you have to commit to getting better. So one of my goals, I just rewrote a lot of my goals with my husband yesterday for the new year. We have a quadrant of like his and mine for like health, financial, personal. And we were looking at the health goals. And one of my goals was to improve my run time. And he challenged me and he says, what does that mean? Like, do you want to run faster or do you want to be able to run for longer periods of time? And I was like, ooh, I'm glad he asked me, right? Because I wanted to clarify that. And mine was faster. Like I'm pretty comfortable at a 9.5, 10-minute mile. And I was like, I want to get a little bit better. I want to be able to run faster. But the point that I'm trying to tell you is a lot of the goals have to have clarity, but that is not just going to happen because I say, okay, in 2022, I'm going to run a 9.5-minute mile instead of a 10-minute mile, right? Like there's going to be things I have to do, whether that's stretching more, that's recovering better, that's running sprints, that's running hills. There's a plan behind it. And often you'll see people come out of an event and they're like, I'm going 2-star executive. And they have no idea what that means. And so I love the inspired action, but this is a skills-based business. And we want to show you how do you improve those skills, like how you're going to sharpen the tools in your tool shed. And that's getting on the workout calls. That's listening to podcasts. That's going to events. That's getting on the team calls. Because for your business to grow, right? And that this time next year for you to be in a completely different place. I mean, Jessica sent me one of the best text messages I've had from her in 8 years on New Year's Day about it is absolutely amazing what can change in 1 year. Right? If someone had asked her, Jess, I love you. I hope you're okay with that. I'm about to say this. If someone had asked her last year at this time, launching collagen, was she going to be maxed out in platinum and, you know, building a $2 million house from scratch? You know, she didn't know that was coming. I mean, she had tenacity and she's had vision and she's gotten better every single day and she's invested in losing herself in the service of others. I would have said, hell yeah, that's coming for you and some. Right? But that's what can happen in a year. But do you know what she does every single day to get better? How much she reads, what she listens to, how she disciplines herself, what she's like with her IPAs. People tell me they're busy. And I'm like, I have seen this woman build with 3 biological children, a house full of foster children, while people have been sick with 0 excuses. And that in the process, she's just continued to get better and better and better. Okay. So please don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle and just say, what do I have to do to get better? One of the things I really ask myself is, what have I done in the last year to improve as a leader? What have I done to improve as a professional in the industry, right? Like there's things like I'm complacent. I have not a freaking clue how to do a TikTok and a reel. Do you know how many things I'm listening to right now that's where it's going? At one point I was on MySpace. I didn't want to join Facebook. You guys, I'm dating myself, right? But I did. I was like, what? I don't want to be on Facebook. You figure it out. If right now I'm like, okay, how am I going to get to 7-star and 8-star? I got to watch Erica Rothenberg. I got to figure out how to do reels. It's a skills-based business. And if you want to grow, you have to be able to grow. So I show this slide sometimes when I talk about the sprints, right? Because if you want to go, you have got to rank advance other people's. This business is literally this simple. You enroll, you rank advance people, and you teach them how to rank advance others. And you do it over and over and over and over again, right? You bring in new customers, you support the ones that just want to use the products, you find the ones that want to go for it, you help them reach their goals, you teach them how to help other people reach their goals. And as a result of losing yourself in the service of others, caring more about why somebody else wants this business than why you want it, you will become unstoppable. Everything you've ever wanted will come true, but you've got to lose yourself in the service of other people. So one of the things that I encourage all of you guys to do, I hope some of you have already done it. We really, really pushed to be focused and to be clear before the new year. But if you have not done it, or you want to tweak it and you want to perfect it before we get to NYKL, or we come out blazing in 1 week, get so laser focused on your goals. Okay. What you focus on, you become. What you focus on, you achieve. Do you have any idea how many times Jess envisioned her dream home before they purchased that piece of property, right? Like she knew why she was doing things. Like, do you know, like, and I've had the privilege of traveling with her and sitting by her at events, like that she envisioned being a foster mom and being able to serve little kids like that before she became a foster mom. Like she's so focused on it, and that you become those things. So whether you are so obsessed with paying off debt, you're so obsessed with purchasing a new house, you're so obsessed with going on a trip, you have got to be so focused on it. Then surround yourself with positive people, right? You want to, I gotta try to mute whoever that is.
We'll get a thermocline.
Hold on, guys.
The bathroom.
Sorry, guys. All right, you guys looking at that? Okay, so surround yourself with positive people. If you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, I'm gonna, XYZ, and I'm gonna build an indoor gym in my new house, I'm gonna have a sauna, and I'm gonna have X, and someone's like, oh my gosh, why would you want a sauna? And why do you like to work out so much? And you work too hard. What? Like, why? I want to hang out with someone like Ann White that goes, oh my gosh, Queen, tell me all about it. Send me the pictures. I want to see. I'm gonna send you a cute little quote that every single day when you get on the treadmill and you run faster, that I think about her. Like, you want to surround yourself with people that lift you up, that believe in you, that push you to be better. Janny spoke such greatness into Jess and I. We are like, does she know us? Like, it's a good thing we live in different states, because by the time she meets us, she's going to be like, these two are a bunch of phonies, right? I mean, that's how much belief that she poured into us. And you want to surround yourself with people because they will make you resilient. They will make you feel like anything is possible. Jess and I do this for each other. We do it for you guys. You guys do it for each other. We talk about a team spirit. I mean, if you have fallen in love with this team culture, right, and you've seen the success of other people and thought it can happen to you, put a 4 in the chat. Right? I mean, that's like, we can't do this on our own. The different dynamics of the different personalities is so important, right? To embrace the attitude to serve others. I will never forget the night that Janny maxed out the compensation plan, and she didn't even know she had done it. She was so obsessed with Jess and I both hitting 3-star. Where are you at? Where are you at? Did the order go in? How are you guys doing? Where are you at? How many cycles you are at? Helping us. It was after the fact, like an hour later, and her sponsor, Cindy, called her and was like, Janny, you maxed out. And she was like, what? What the heck? And she wasn't even watching because she had completely devoted herself to us hitting our goals. Like, are you kidding me? That's amazing. When you get so obsessed about what you can do for somebody else, and you hear Jess talk about this all the time, we both totally align with this, but it's about the energy, right? If you're a Debbie Downer, guess who's not enrolling with you? No one wants to be around a Debbie Downer, a negative Nancy, right? If you get on to post today and you're like, oh my gosh, I have got to post on social media today, the energy that just oozed out, you're going to have no likes and no comments and no enrollments because no one wants to be a part of what you're doing. But when you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I get to tell people about cashmere cream. Oh my gosh, I get to post these amazing before and after pictures and invite people to be a part of this incredible New Year's challenge. People reach out to you. That's how you get 8 enrollments in a week because they want to be a part of who you are, right? What do you have to be grateful for? You know how often I talk to someone like, oh my God, I cycled 2 times last week. I'm like, hell yeah, you did. That's an extra $108. That's amazing, right? Where do you think you're going to get 3, 4, 5, 50, 100 cycles from if you're not grateful for what you have right now? And so when you're focused on the things you want, you're focused on the people you surround yourself with, you're always positive, you have great energy, and you're grateful for what you have, you get blessed with abundance. I promise you, we've seen it over and over. I'm going to go through this one really, really quickly, okay? You've got to know why you do what you do. Right? This is where, again, we go through like the 30-day, the 60-day, the 90-day blocks. You guys, when I built this business 8 years ago, my why was to get furniture. Like I was so upside down and I looked at some of those rank advancement bonuses. I was like, man, if I hit manager, I can get a bed. If I hit director, I can get a couch, right? If I hit executive, I can get a table and some dishes. Man, I was so excited. That is not why I built this business now. Right? When I, like Jess and I sent some of our intention statements back in the affirmations we do in the morning, and she's talking about being able to give generously and anonymously. And I'm like, do you know when she talks about how successful she wants to be because of how much is going back to others, they can have an opportunity. Like that excites me, right? That's a big why. When you know people that are going to take their family on a trip, when they're getting out of a job, when they have a sick parent, but it's always changing. But those are the things that keep you resilient, and those are the things that keep you focused. A few years ago, before my dad had passed, I had declared I was going to take him to Tahiti. That was a bucket list item that he had never been able to do. You know, he had retired, he was sick. You guys, that was the most explosive year of my business because all I knew was I was taking dad to Tahiti. Some of you guys remember that. And people would be like, oh my gosh, did you just message me to sell something? Like, forget taking me out of the game. My dad and I were flying first class to Tahiti. Like, I was so clear. I enrolled more people that year. I had more rank advancements. I rank advanced myself a couple times in the year because I knew why I was doing it. Many of you know that my husband and I are about to embark on an IVF journey. I know freaking crystal clear why I built this business for myself. But then I get obsessed on why other people want it and why this vehicle is the only option for so many families out there. And when you can get so obsessed with their why, that's when we come together as a team. That's what makes us all have explosive push weeks because we rise together, okay? So when you think about your vision, right? Many of you have a vision board. I saw Erica Rothenberger making hers last week on the call, and then I saw the final vision. Kathy has one, Claire has one. Some of my girls were sending me their vision boards, Lori. They're amazing, okay? It is like, makes it real. These thoughts and these ideas that it can happen. My favorite part of redoing my vision board at the end of the year, you guys, is taking, or the beginning of the year, is taking everything off from the year before and seeing what has come to fruition. Right? I have this pile of like what needs to go back on the board that hasn't happened yet, or maybe things I don't want. And then this like celebratory moment of like, holy bleep, all of those things happen, right? And it's not because I cut out a piece of a, a magazine and I put it on my board, but it changed my focus. It disciplined my habits. It worked on my belief system. It helped me say no to the things that don't matter so I can say yes to the things that really do matter. Last year at this time, one of the things on my vision board was to do a TEDx talk about my dad's passing, right? I had never, ever thought I'd do that. I had no idea how I was going to do it, right? It happened in February when I took off my little TEDx marker from my vision board of this year. And I thought, oh my gosh, that was at the beginning of 2021. Look at all of the other things that have happened. One of the things I wanted to do was move. Ryan and I bought property. We're moving. Like, there's so many things that happen, but you have to draw it out. So if you guys have already played a vision board, awesome. If you have not, and you are committed to doing one, by the time you get back from NYKO, put an 11 in the chat. That's my favorite number, okay? And I want you guys to put these things in real life. I want you to dream big. I want you to look at it every single day. I want you to be able to so easily, when someone's like, hey, go to happy hour, let's go to Taco Tuesday, you'd be like, nope, Next, not today, Satan, because I got goals and I got vision, and I'm going to put my butt in the seat, and I'm going to call some people, and I'm going to rank advance some people, because tacos are always going to be there. And right now I'm in a 30-day sprint. Okay. It makes it real. So we talk about setting yourself up for success. Okay. There's 3 little categories I really want you to talk about. And I want you to do this. And I want you to be so real with yourself. Take some self-reflective moments, because you deserve it. This is an investment in yourself, right? Jess is not your boss. I am not your boss. And Holly and Erica and Laura, we are not your bosses. Okay. Like, we have all done this ourselves, and we want you to do it for yourself. So one of the things coming into Grow Week in your 30-day sprint is, what are you willing to eliminate? Okay. So I will stop gossiping. Think about how many times someone calls you and it's like, oh my gosh. Okay. So I have to tell you what she said. I mean, right away on the energy barometer, do you think you went up or do you think you went down? Right? I mean, when you are just scrolling, like, do you guys know, like, sometimes you're like here and 20 minutes later, you've watched every French bulldog video on Instagram, right? Like, I'm telling you, I can be guilty of it too. You've got to be really, really disciplined. So eliminate some of those distractions. My very first 90-day action plan, and I was committed to quitting my jobs and doing Isagenix full time. You've heard this come up in different times, but one of the things I wrote out was I was not going to watch football. You guys, I love football. I used to be a commissioner of a fantasy football draft. Most of you don't know that. Like, I grew up around football. I love it. Do you have any idea how much time that takes on Sundays? Guess what happens on Sundays? The back office closes. And I was like, I'm done. I was like, what do I really care about? Working $12.50 an hour for these jerk doctors all the time, or working for myself every single day? Guess what had to go? Football. Okay. Then you start to go, what am I willing to do? What am I committed to doing? Being a product of the product. Some of you are needing this 30-day reset, this 9-day cleanse. That's okay. We're going to do it together. Some of you need to start reading more, listening to more podcasts, getting more disciplined with your time, completing your LIA. Do you know how many times this week I messaged people to send me your LIA, and I got like 4 of them today? I'm being real with you. Like, if you want to grow and you want to come out in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, like, these are the things you have to start doing. So if you're looking at your business from last year and it's in the same place this year, what are you going to start doing differently so you propel forward? If you had an explosive year like Nikki and Brandy and Holly and Ann and Erica and Erica's husband and Jess and Laura and Kisa and Jenny, you've had these explosive growth. Awesome. You probably started doing these things, and now we teach other people how to do them as well. And then what can you do for your business, right? Like, focusing on recognition, teaching other people the LIA, teaching other people the roadmap to executive, doing some time blocking, doing some income reducing activities, right? So what do you have to eliminate? What are you going to start doing? And then what do you get to do for others? All right. So some of you may already have this. Some of you might need to take some time, take a picture of this. You can come back to it. But I sat down a lot over the weekend and I talked to Raya a lot about it. And I said, you know what? Last year, for about 6 months, I was amazing at like the 5 a.m. club. I mean, I read more books in the first half of last year than I had read in a long time. We had a monthly book club and we checked in every single month. And then it changed. I said, you know what? I'm going back to it. I'm starting. I'm still good at my intention statements. I'm good at my LAA. I've stopped reading. I'm going to start doing that again. Some of the things I'm eliminating. Ryan and I have a slew of shows that we watch that we started throughout COVID. I don't watch TV in almost 2 decades. And I was like, babe, I'm done. I cannot watch TV. I will sit down. We can read together. We can listen to a podcast together. I'm done. I'm not watching hours of TV with you every single week. Okay. I mean, I want you guys to really think about it, because what are the things that hold you back and what are the things that are really going to propel you forward? Time management is so big, you guys. It is so big, right? So part of that is establishing those goals, getting your family involved in the goals, being able to work in short blocks of time, making the commitment, take responsibility for yourself. You guys, when I was a personal trainer, I saw people 1, maybe 2 hours a week. I had zero idea what they did on their workouts. They weren't with me, what they ate, what they drank, how they slept. I could only give them the plan. But this is your business. No one above you is going to do it for you, and no one below you is going to do it for you, right? So when you say, hey, I'm paying off $20,000 in debt this year, I've got that text, right? I'm like, okay, what are you going to do to make that happen? When we talk about getting the family involved, if you have little kids that are nagging at you, like, why are you on the phone? I need your help. They've got to know why you're doing something, right? Like, everybody's got to get involved. But I remember Hillary Courtney saying once, and I'm going to bring this out to you guys because I love you and I speak the truth and I say this all with love. But when you say, I just don't have time for that, replace that with it's just not that important to me. Some of the busiest people I know with the biggest families have built the biggest organizations, right? Susan Sly, Laura Stevens, Tanya Kirkpatrick, Jessica Rigner, right? They have little kids at home. If they can figure it out, other people can figure this out. You just have to want it bad enough. Okay. I built this business when I was working 80 to 100 hours a week. I was working a gazillion part-time jobs and I figured it out. So when you show up and you make a commitment to take your family to Disneyland, to get out of a part-time job, to, double your income, to rank advance 10 people, then you have to show up. And we're going to show you some of the things you have to do. You can't wait for someone to message you every day and say, get on the call, get on the power hour, send in your LIA. Have you reached out to people? Have you posted on social media? Have you hosted a launch party today? You know what I can tell you with absolute certainty? Janie Elo has never, ever had to message me or Jessica Rigner and remind us to reach out to people. Not even once. Not even once. It's in our core. It's in every cell of our body because we love this. All right. And when you really love what you do and you really love the dreams that you have, then fall in love with paying it forward and finding out what other people have. Okay. So these I'm going to go through kind of quickly, but this is from that Kathy Cooper presentation I had from a while ago. This is very hypothetically. Some people do this full time. And when I say full time, it means they don't have another job. No one works this business 8 hours a day. Nobody. Okay. And then here's some part-time. So set up your business hours. So maybe you're someone who works in 2-hour blocks in the morning, an hour at lunch, and 2 hours at night. Maybe if you're part-time, you follow Erica Rothenberger's quadrant. If you guys don't have that, let us know. We can send it, right? She has 4 15-minute blocks. She's busy. She's got little kids. She has an incredibly demanding, corporate job. She was just announced she's going to be on the field advisory board, right? And she is still an incredible leader on this team because she disciplines her time. So there's an idea here on if you're full-time, how many people are you going to enroll compared to if you're part-time? How many people are you going to rank advance? Like, what is the hours per week you're putting in? How many times are you posting on social media? And this will take the pressure off of you to be like, oh my gosh, Lauren has all the time in the world. Okay, I did it at first. But when I was working all those jobs and I said, okay, I'm committed to posting, I'm committed to reaching out to people. It's about really being disciplined so that you can create more time in your life. So if you think about working part-time, maybe that's 1 to 2 hours a day. Always remember 80% of your time is prospecting. Okay. It's so easy to fall into management mode. It's so easy to fall into training mode. 80% of your time is connecting and recruiting, no matter what. So here's an example of a block. Okay. So, and you can cut these in half. So if it was like 1 to 2 hours, right? And you are only going to do on the 1 hour. So then take 10 minutes to text blast some appointments. Oh my gosh, Roxanne, I have got to chat with you about something revolutionary coming out. I know that you are the type of person that likes to try things first. When can you chat? I'm free tonight at 11 or tomorrow at 2, right? Send. Next. Oh my gosh, Suze, I cannot wait to chat with you. I know you're the type of person that likes to try things first. I'm so excited to share something with you. When can you chat? I'm free tonight at 9 or tomorrow at 2, right? Like boom, boom, boom. You guys can send out 3 or 4 of those texts in a couple of minutes. Right? Especially if you're saying the same thing over and over. You talk about presenting for your team. All right. I just enrolled Emily Sutherland. I'm like, girlfriend, I got to show you the rank advancement bonuses. I got to show you how to make a few $1,000s in the manager pools. Like, when can you hop on a quick Zoom for me? Right? I can do 2 easily. ACMDE and the rank advancement bonuses. You share, they share. Some of the upfront bonuses in 30 minutes without a question. Okay. Block out that time. Building towards events. Do you know how many people that I've enrolled that are not coming to Phoenix right now? One of the things I did is just message people and said, hey, did you get your virtual ticket? Hey, did you get your virtual ticket? Hey, did you block off Saturday to watch NYKO? Hey, I want to make sure you're logged in for NYKO on Saturday. Build towards events, build towards events, build towards events. There's different things for recognition, follow up, but this is an idea of what you can do. And when it comes to personal development, I would never just sit down and do that. That's not a good use of your time. Many of you have heard me say this before. I listen to a podcast when I get ready. I shower every day. I put on makeup, right? I've got my speaker right there. That's when I listen to my podcast. That time is going to pass anyways. And so that's when I choose to listen to things. If you're driving between jobs, listen to something then, but it's about training your brain to think differently, right? To pull out the weeds, plant the new garden seeds, and become a different person. So if you're working full-time, right, you're going to see the same activities, but there's more time to do it. You're 10Xing everything because this is your full-time. So we're still booking appointments. We're still reaching out. We're still building towards events, but you just get more time to do it. Now, can you sit down all at once and knock it out? Sure. Will it be spaced out throughout the day? Sure. But if you look at the end of the week, you go, man, I listened to 6 podcasts today, but I didn't message anybody to get on a call with me. I can tell you, you're going to be really happy, but you're also not because you don't have any enrollments, right? So these are just guidelines, and it doesn't have to be so black and white. But one of the hardest things about being an entrepreneur is that we have an employee mindset, right? We've gone to work our entire life and someone's told us what to do. They've told us when we're done. We get in trouble if we don't do it. And that's what we're used to. And so when you're self-employed, when you're an entrepreneur, when you're the leader of your own business, you have to say, okay, what am I doing every single day? What am I doing every single week in order to change my business, in order to grow, in order to make more money, in order to impact more lives? And this is the flow chart of some of the things you can be doing. So just a couple teeny things on social media. I am not the social media expert by all means. I am a plagiarism pro. Thank you guys all for letting me steal some of your stuff, right? I know we all, are inspired by each other and we copy and tweak them to make our own, but there are some things that you are a light right now. Be the energy you want to attract. If you're negative Nancy, even if it's not your post, if you're kibbutzing on other people's stuff, if you're arguing with other people, that affects the people that come in. Take some time to say, what differentiates you from other people? What are people getting from you? What's the value that you're giving? What are you passionate about? How are you helping other people? Put value out there, whether you share recipes, you share tips. Like I remember once Jess did this live, it was like a life hack on organizing your pantry. And I was like, oh my gosh, right? And then of course, then when she does a before and after picture, she has all these all these followers because she added value. Some of the people that you are following, think about why you are inspired by them and show up in a way that people trust you. People buy things to people they know, like, and trust. And you're building a relationship with people online so that it's not weird when you get a message from someone that's like, oh my gosh, I love you. I love seeing all you've done. I thought about you first. There's no doubt in my mind you're going to love this because you've built a relationship. People are watching you, right? People are curious about what you're doing, and the consistency is so important. You guys, we used to talk about creating your board of directors. I love what I learned from Holly White is to take out the map to crystal executive, okay? Where we used to just write this list of who are people who are driven, or who are people who are influential, or who are people who are faith-based, right? If you were to take out your map to crystal executive, because the max level of leadership in our compensation plan is 10 with 2, right? To say, who would you like to travel with? Right? That's like one of your people. And who are 2 people that you know that you'd also like to travel with? Who would you like to go to a concert with? Who do you go to church with? Who do you work out with? Who do you know at your kid's school, right? And you start to create the people that are going to be your board of directors, that are going to be your consultants, that are going to get you to executive. Who do you know that has a high money blueprint? Who do you know that's influential? Who do you know that's competitive? Who do you know that loves beauty? Who do you know that loves health and wellness, right? And filling that out and then starting to reach out to them and say, hey, I have a hold of something that you've never seen before. It absolutely changed my life and I'm so excited to tell you about it. And who do you know that might be interested? And you start to drive the line so clear on the type of people you want to work with. You guys, I got on a 3-way call last week and the gal who set it up, I messaged her. I said, would you buy anything from this woman? She said, no. And I said, me neither. And I was like, she's so negative. She's so down. I said, this is a waste of our time. And I said, excuse me, but I'm going to get off the call because I wasn't here to try to convince this person to do it because I know the type of people I'm looking for, right? We know the type of people that belong at a seat at our table. And if I'm not inviting you over to have dinner with me and my husband, I sure as hell don't need to sell you a pack of collagen as well. There's enough people out there who are excited and who are amazing that want to be a part of this, but you have to know what you're looking for, right? You've got to know the type of people that you align with. Look at the people on this call right now. I encourage you, put it into gallery view, right? People are smiley, they're vibrant, they're happy, they're gorgeous, they're fit, they're confident, they're driven, they're smart. One of the best compliments I love that Isagenix gets is how professional our company is. Do you guys know how highly educated some of the top leaders are in Isagenix? I mean, that builds such belief in our industry but then don't be intimidated to talk to people. Sometimes you go, oh my gosh, she has a master's degree. Oh my gosh, she has a PhD. Oh my gosh, she owns her own business. I'm like, okay, look at this team. Look at the highly educated professional people in this company. And those are the type of people that you really want to lock arms with. Okay. Just get organized. I'm going to fly through this. The memory jogger, it's in our playbooks. It'll help you make your list, right? Erica Rothenberger, girlfriend, I saw pictures of her whiteboard in her stories. If you guys did not see that, man, that girl is ready to rock in 2022. One of the categories I saw, I was stalking you, and I did not have on my whiteboard, and I added it. She had a list of people that she wanted to max out in the pools every month. What a freaking goal to be obsessed with people that can earn $1,000, $2,500, or $5,000 a month in the pools, okay? I have a notebook everywhere I go. Right? I'm like literally have like the pieces of paper when I see someone, when I write someone, I have an idea, when I'm like, oh my gosh, that'll be a good contest. I mean, it can be messy in your phone, but when you get these innovative ideas, you don't want to sit down and be like, what was that thing I was going to do again? I mean, have things there. I mean, I have my whiteboard in front of me right now. I have a list of dreamers I want to bless, my newest customers that are going to go consultant, my newest consultants that are going to go manager. Because if I get on a call with Jenny and she no-shows me, she would never do that. I'm just picking on her, right? And I go, okay, I've got 15 minutes. Jenny's, call didn't show up. I'm like, all right, let's help Marie find her 2 people, right? And I start reaching out to her. Hey, did you see the post I did? Are you willing to put one up? Hey, did you send this script out, right? So the whiteboard just keeps things so in front of you. We talked about the Celletoi launch party. In terms of things that you guys can be doing, one of the things that I love to track when someone's new and you're focusing on enrollments is how many text threads did you do? How many ATMs? Okay. So when you think you're reaching out to people, you're brand new, you've got to lean on your leadership. If you want double PIBs, right? That's 2 enrollments minimum a week. You're probably talking to 10 to 20 people. So once you've, kind of qualified some people or had some interest, how many of them do you get into a message with part of your leadership that can help you with the objections, that can help with the close? Because I assure you, the people that are doing the text threads are the ones enrolling 5, 6, 7, 8 people a week. Recognition is huge. You guys, it's huge. So Jess and I love to do recognition, but you guys can all start doing this. When you have someone go consultant, send them a card. When someone goes manager, send them a little bracelet, send them a candle, send them a journal, send them Kathy Coover's book, right? People do not show up in their jobs being like, oh my gosh, you're amazing, right? They show up and they go, this wasn't done right. This was late. You had a typo, right? Like people would like show up and they're like, this wasn't right. This wasn't right. This wasn't right. Then we get to go, oh my gosh, no one enrolled with you and you reach out to 10 people. That's amazing. Your scripts must be getting better. You must be having so much more confidence reaching out to people. Okay. Recognition is huge. Find out the things that people want. If you guys have never done the color code, do it. Tell your upline, do it with your downline. I love to recognize people when I know their codes. People that are red and they want the recognition, they want the flyer and they want the money and they want to cross the stage. That's awesome. My blues want quality time. I would like to run out of contest and be like, hey, top enroller this week gets lunch with me, 2 hours at the mall to watch me prospect in the cold market. My blues are going to go bananas over that because they're like, what? 2 hours with Lauren? And I know that sounds weird and I'm not trying to be arrogant, but I get it, right? Like you want to spend time with the people that are doing the things that you want to have. And so when you're looking at your business, you say, okay, I'm enrolling 30 people in the first 90 days, 10 people a month, right? Q1, I'm bringing in 30 new customers and I'm going to get 5 or 6 of them, promoted. Ask yourself, what am I going to give them? Do you know how fun that is to send out a Lululemon tank top? I mean, if you guys have ever worked for a gift that your leaders have done for you, like type it in the chat because I'm telling you, when Jess and I first started, I would see like, oh, I got the top enroller. And then Jenny would be like, Jess just got another enroller in it. And I was like, no, I'm getting that scuba hoodie. Right? I worked so hard for some Lululemon hoodies, things that I could never have treated myself to. But I wanted the bags, I wanted the Yeti cooler, I wanted the money, I wanted the Nordstrom. I mean, it was fun and it was motivating and it's so fun now to give it. Like, I love when I get texts from people and they're like, your Boss Babe calendar was great. Oh my gosh, the flowers were amazing. Thank you for the bamboo, plants, whatever that is. And it's so important on what we do to celebrate our teams, to lift them up, to believe in them, to honor all of their hard work and the sacrifices they're making because all of their work helps you. You guys look at your calendars, just block it out, right? Like get so organized. If you're coming to Phoenix, great. If you're not, watch it virtually. If you don't have a ticket to Orlando, get one now, right? Like watch your local event for Super Saturdays, do the Celletoi release parties, get everybody on board and just start to map it out. I was showing this earlier on the Power Hour, you guys. Can you guys see this? Can you see me even though the slides are up? Can you see this? Okay, so this was my 2021 Leader in Action, okay? So I had all of my months. I had the commission calendar on the front, and I had 12 months. So corporate ever, by the way, I had a question of my points. I'm like, right? Like I track this like my life depends on it. So I just got January's, right? Here's 2022. I'm ready to do it again, okay? The commission month on top, so I never have to worry about when it ends, if it's 4 weeks, if it's 5 weeks, and I'm ready to go in January. And one of the things I do in terms of my monthly goals, because the weekly is right there, right, is I have the U-Share bonus, right? Like I'm keeping track right now. I've got 2 of my 5 enrollments, all right? Like I'm right there. I'm like, guess what? I got 3 more to go. When so many people qualified for Mexico, it was simple. 5 enrollments, 4 consultants, and a manager. So many people hit it because they knew exactly what they had to do. So if you're looking at things at your calendar and say, okay, I am in this month, I'm enrolling 5 people. I'm creating 1 consultant and 1 manager. Look at it at a month's glance, track it somewhere so you can look back and be like, oh my gosh, at the end of my 30 days, I enrolled 8 people. I created 2 consultants. I have a manager and it's fun. And you're looking at it from a bird's eye view. Okay. As always, 80% of your time prospecting and enrolling, always. It is so easy to get into management mode and training mode. If you do nothing when you sit down to do your business, just reach out to people and follow up with people, okay? So I am going to, and this, Jess, if you have anything that you want to say, feel free to pop in. But here's what I'll tell you, okay? We've been doing this over 8 years now. It still can be intimidating to set big goals, right? It can still be a little bit like, oh my gosh, like, what if it doesn't happen? And I get that. But if you do nothing, you are definitely not getting to where you want to be. And you'll probably go the other way, right? If you set big, hairy, audacious goals, right, you're going to get closer. So my current rank right now is I'm an 8-star crystal executive, 5-star golden circle. Okay. And I've been writing out 9-star crystal executive, 6-star for 6 months. Right. And today when I was rewriting some things and I went right to 10-star crystal executive, 7-star golden circle. I'm like, why am I playing small? Right. I saw what Jessica can do in a year. I know what we're doing. I know how hard we're working. Right. And I just like, I literally took everything down. Ryan goes, you just redid all that. Like you just, and I was like, I know, because it's not big enough. And what if I don't hit 10? Guess what? I'm going to hit 9. What if I don't hit 7? I'm going to hit 6 along the way. Right. And you think about those things. But I want to just remind you guys that this is a business that you get to choose to do. It's so dang fun. It's so fulfilling. And so don't worry about what if it doesn't happen. Get excited about what can. Lock arms, go change lives, and let's make 2022 amazing, you guys. The new products are here. The new year is here. New technology is here, and you guys deserve amazing things. I love you all. We'll see you in Phoenix.